Hey guys, my name's Sam. Welcome to PrepMedic. This week's video, we are reviewing the Dispatch IFAK from Roaring Fire Gear. So I've never worked with Roaring Fire Gear before. They make a lot of EDC and survivalist bags, packs, that sort of thing. They've recently come out with an IFAK and sent me two to review on the channel. Now, there's no monetary incentive for me to review these products or say anything nice about them. They did send me the products, but trust me, I've got enough IFAKs laying around this house. Two free products isn't enough to really sway a review one way or the other. Luckily for them, I actually think these are pretty cool. So right here, we have the Dispatch. Now it comes in two different colorways and two different fabrics. You have the chestnut version and the black version. Now the chestnut version is the one I want to focus on because it's the one that I believe brings the most unique properties to the IFAK space. On the outside, just the form factor itself is pretty similar to the Vanquest Gear Pack that PrepMedic puts his kit in. It's very, very similar in its storage and its capabilities that way. But what makes it very unique is this outside here, instead of being like a cordura nylon like we see in a lot of other IFAKs, this is actually a waxed canvas. So it looks really nice on the outside. I really like how this looks. It would blend in really good with a lot of just plain outdoor gear, not necessarily like super tactical. You're not carrying around, a multicam pack, when you're wearing a bunch of blaze orange, it just looks and feels good. And wax canvas is very, very sturdy. When you get really, really heavy duty outdoor clothes, what a lot of ranch hands are wearing and stuff, you're getting these canvas materials. You're gonna see that a lot more. So it's a really cool concept on the outside. Now, the webbing right here is still nylon, and this is a stretchy elastic on the side. So of course the whole thing isn't made out of this material, but that uniqueness kind of continues to the inside. So when we look on the outside as far as its storage capabilities, we've got a loop field in the front. Now I should say I stocked all of this myself. It comes with bag only, so you don't get this stocked completely. I just put stuff in here so you get an idea of how things fit and how much these bags can actually carry. Honestly, I've got no data to back this up, but having packed a lot of IFAKs and got my hands on a lot of different pouches, I think this style holds things the most efficiently. I didn't spend a ton of time packing this. I didn't have to, find the right supplies to fit it just right. I kind of just grabbed handfuls of stuff from my supply drawers, threw them in here, and it just kind of worked. I didn't have to pack it down or struggle with it at all. So on the front here, we've got two rows of MOLLE loops. This will just allow us to attach different things to the outside of this pack. If you've got like a small boo-boo pack you want to throw on the outside, you've got shears holders, you can do that. Or you could just throw your shears through these loops or loop a carabiner with some tape on it. Really easy to secure things on the outside. You of course have a loop panel here for patches like the one I just took off right here if you want to identify it. Mark it more clearly as first aid because this doesn't appear first aid for somebody that's not necessarily in the know. And then in the front you have a Velcro Closure kind of slip pocket. This would be great for a notepad, kind of small things, maybe just your PPE, your gloves would all fit right here, no problem. On this side you have these shock cord bands, and then you have two of these elastic loops. You could throw a tourniquet over here. Shears would fit really well. It's really, really versatile for what you want on the outside. And then this side, you've got three more elastic loops that I just threw a tourniquet in, and it's really easy to get the stuff out of them. It's just nice to be able to have some of this outside storage, but still have enough room inside to keep a lot of your stuff. Now, finally, on the back, you've got your MOLLE mounting straps. So if you do want to throw this on a more tactically oriented backpack or something that has MOLLE on it, you can take these out, weave it through, and it's going to secure just fine. But if you just want to throw this in a bag, obviously like it is right now, these can just be stowed like that. It's not a lightweight kit. These are really heavy materials. This is heavy nylon. It's really not that big of a deal though for most situations. Now we come to the top. Now this is a flap and it opens, and this brings me to my first gripe about this. It works, but to be really fast at this, I can pull that and it's just kind of difficult to get off. Is it a huge deal? No, it's really as easy as that. I was being over dramatic in that clip before. So you can get it off, but there's no just quick rip option to get this open. And some of the other versions of a bag like this, you have a red tongue that comes out and it allows you to just pull it. It separates the Velcro and pulls it down at the same time. This is just a little bit more difficult. Now, two YKK zippers on either side. They're not waterproof, but they are pretty heavy duty. And then, like I said, you can pull it down here. Now, the one reason I do like having the Velcro at the top is if we're in a hurry, we're moving the casualty, I can just take this right here, throw it up, and now we're still ready to go. Like, it's still closed. Things aren't really going to fall out of it except for maybe, you know, on these wings. So it is nice to have that quick closure option. As we come into the pack, we've got a number of different organizational options, and this is where this kit really shines. Obviously, you can see in the front, you've got more shock cord. I don't have anything in there, but you could easily throw any number of things there. I do wish these had the clips that would allow me to resize these easily. It wasn't a big deal here, but it is a big deal down here on the tongue. You know, these are just a little bit loose for some of the items I have in there. You can obviously untie it, retie it pretty easily, but it is nice to have the quick draw option, in my opinion, especially when we're already not going for a weight-saving kit. On either side, we've got these wings, and these are all sealed with a Velcro closure. You can throw any number of stuff in there. I just have some tape in that one. I've got a boo-boo kit in that one. And these are really, really deep pockets. So it's kind of nice. Only downside there is you have to make sure you're not throwing something that's just going to go to the bottom and force you to like tweezer it out with your fingers. Now, on this side, we've got 3 of these elastic loops that allow you to put pens, ARS needles, you can put NPAs, any number of things will fit on the side. Obviously, you have another one of those pockets there. And then on this side, you've got a little bit of a different elastic loop option. So you have these small ones, and then you have 2 big ones under them. So if you want to stack stuff, or if you have something that fits in one, not the other, it just gives you more options. Now, this bungee on the front serves for a couple different things. 1, it's retention, but 2, like I said before, you could store something on the inside. Now, this pocket right here looks suspiciously like a cup holder, but it actually works very well. Right here, I can shove a bunch of stuff in there. I've got a trauma dressing as well as some Quick Clot that just fit right down in this pocket. And you see it holds its form really easily. It's really easy to get stuff in here, and it really doesn't feel overpacked when you do. Now, this fabric on the inside, I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's not listed on the website for their like materials, or not that I saw when I glanced at it. But this is a much softer like inner material than I'm used to seeing. It really kind of flows with the outside as well and feels very sturdy at the same time. And this pocket, of course, has some elastic closure. You'll see this pack is so big, I was able to put some full-size shears in this back pocket, some chest seals there, and then this back slip pocket also has Velcro closure, which is really nice if you want to throw, you know, other stuff down to the bottom. Now, finally, we're going to come to the lid here, which I've put these 2, you know, SWAT tee is kind of a backup tourniquet, as well as a space blanket for heat saving. And this tongue can be left completely empty if you want to, but you can throw some things, some slimline things on this front. It's not going to impede the closing at all. And it's just really efficient when it's all laid out just like this. So all in all, I really like the form factor of these kits. You know, this isn't the only one that looks exactly like this, but again, this comes with a couple features that you don't find in other IFAKs. The cost right now for the bag only is about $47 to $50 online. Obviously, things change quickly, so that could go up or go down depending on what our economy does. Medical gear seems to fluctuate a lot in that realm. So it's not the most expensive kit on the market or the most expensive pack on the market, but it is far from the cheapest. I personally think this is quality. Now, their other pack is the same layout. It has all the same stuff on the outside, all the same storage capabilities. It's exactly the same size. It's a different color and a different fabric. So this fabric here is 1000D cordura nylon, still very, very sturdy. It's just not quite as unique. And then as we open it up, the material on the inside is more of like a outdoor material, like what you'd kind of expect a tent to be made out of. Once again, I'm not really speaking about these materials very well. You know, I see a lot of materials, but I don't always know the right name here. So this is more of like a weather-resistant, waterproof kind of inner material. And what I like about this one is that it's orange. It's really easy to see the stuff on the inside, get to what you need. It's not going to blend into the background because with the exception of these 2 things, nothing else is really orange in this space. So kind of cool to have that. And this would also double as, you know, flagging if, you know, I needed to signal Searchers or something, this is a nice flash of color. So it does bring kind of that extra bit of functionality to this kit. One last thing I forgot to mention is these guys do have a lifetime warranty on all their products, and it sounds like they'll stand behind everything they make. I don't have any firsthand experience with their customer service. Obviously, they treat me a little bit differently than they do customers, or they could treat me differently than customers. But every testimonial I've seen says that they stand behind their products and are very good in that regard. So cool products, you know, something that I think is definitely worth checking out. Like I said, they're not the cheapest option out there, but they are far from the most expensive. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you next week.